Yesterday, Bitcoin saw a massive dump here like we exactly predicted on yesterday's video and the video before. But right now, I want to be discussing the fact that is this dump right now over, or is this indeed the most dangerous correction of this entire Bitcoin bull market? Because there are some very critical levels I want to talk about on today's update video. Because if we are going to be seeing certain structure breaks, I am definitely going to be flipping bearish. So I want to be exactly discuss this, the exact liquidity heat map that right now exactly grabbed the lower side of liquidity, which is of course something we talked about in many videos before as well. And now I want to be talking about what we're seeing on Bitcoin on this moment of time. The very important retest of this upper sloping trend line. I want to give a big update on my current ongoing trades. The big update on this major consolidation phase on the weekly time frame on Bitcoin. Now also I have an insane new trading competition I want to talk about. I want to give an update on Ethereum and much more here on today's update video. So guys, don't forget to once again slap on that like button back above 1000 likes, because today's video is going to be very critical. It's going to be important, and yes, it will be packed with alpha. So let me jump straight away in towards this video. First of all, on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that Bitcoin had seen a massive correction towards the downside and now is creating somewhat of a bottoming structure. But of course, it really depends on how strong the bounce is exactly going to be from off this level. Because of course, first of all, if you're looking at the 4 hourly time frame, you can clearly see this level where we're currently bouncing from as previously around acted as a major resistance. And whenever we broke above that level, we saw a big continuation towards the upside. Then back in July, August, we saw a retest of that level. We retested it, and exactly whenever we retested it, we bounced towards the upside. Then whenever we were trading below this level was acting as clear resistance. And every single time we came up towards this level, we got rejected. And now we are back at that level again here. And of course, this is something I have been not only saying on yesterday's video, but also on many videos before. I said yesterday, before even the dump came here, that most likely we were going to see that dump back towards the green box here, because that green box is of course the sweet spot where Bitcoin is most likely going to be finding support here. So this of course previously ranked also major resistance. Here also big support, big resistance. And now this level is getting retested as support. And for me, it is very simple. Of course, I remain to be still in my long positions on Bitcoin, which are still in about like 300, 400K in profit, my Bitcoin trades here. But I am only going to be closing these Bitcoin trades if we do break below the green box of support. Because in my opinion, if we can bounce from off this point right here, bounce back towards $118,000, Bitcoin has never looked more bullish than that, because then we're just creating, of course, this major inverse head and shoulders pattern where we, of course, create that left shoulder, head, and then here the right shoulder. And that ultimately looks like a very bullish structure for Bitcoin, of course, right? But in case we are breaking below the green box of support, and we're going to be breaking below this zone, guys, yes, then we're going to be breaking the entire structure. And then I would start to say, okay, maybe what we're seeing over here is a little bit more of a distribution phase here on the top side. And then maybe I will be actually consider that the top of this potential Bitcoin bull market is going to be in here. Because if we're looking at all the timings, the top for Bitcoin is going to be way closer than most people are expecting. And yes, if we are going to be breaking below this green box of support, it could definitely start to worry for me how this structure is going to be unfolding. So for now on, I believe the structure is looking good. I want to remain to be in my long positions. I actually have been opening up more longs on this level as well here, that if we break this structure, I want to be exiting this market for sure. And I mean, we're right now definitely in a very interesting phase in the market where clearly gold is leading again here. And we have seen multiple phases in the market of this before as well. And you can just clearly see it. Bitcoin is going sideways while the S&P 500 and gold are going exponential. And ultimately, it usually is a matter of time before Bitcoin is going to be following as well here. And what is very interesting is that if I'm looking at the liquidity heat map, I discussed it on yesterday's video and the videos before as well. I said, okay, this liquidity is still laying below us. And ultimately, you always grab liquidity. And now we're first grabbing the lower side liquidity, but there is still a ton of liquidity being built up above us around the $190,000 level. For sure, at a certain point in this market, we are going to grab this top side liquidity. So ultimately, I'm still expecting this move towards the upside right now here after we grab the lower side liquidity. So yes, while Bitcoin is also right now seeing this major retest of this very critical level, it is going to be very likely Bitcoin is going to be bouncing back towards the upside again here. And that is why I remain to be in my long positions. And I also don't think it's actually a bad time to be in these positions. And before I go further in towards today's video, I also quickly want to be mentioning that I'm currently running a trading competition, which you can join as well. And in this competition, you can win $1,500, but I am going to reward you out of my own pocket on top of this $1,500 they're already giving you, because we're going to give away an extra $5,000 to the top 5 that is leading in this trading competition. So if you want to be joining this trading competition, it's very simple. Go to today's video description. And of course, now it is still not there, but in today's video description, it will be just in the first link or second link in today's video description. So make sure to join it. It's definitely going to be extremely valuable. And also, if you're already over there, guys, don't forget to also join the private Telegram group to stay more up to date on all the trades we're taking, because now it is definitely a very important time to be paying attention towards this market, right? We have been exactly predicting this Snyder correction towards the downside. This was, of course, always a big scenario in our books, and now it is happening. And if we right now bounce back towards the upside, this is, of course, going to be the best structure you can possibly wish for on Bitcoin, because this is just one gigantic inverse head and shoulders pattern. And that is why I want to say it again here. I think it is still a very great time to be exposed to long positions in the market right now. So yes, going to further in towards the charts on Bitcoin, we can currently see we're creating this weekly uptrend right here. Bitcoin is retesting this critical level. As long as we're holding up on towards it, it is going to be looking quite fine here. On the daily time frame, you can also see it. We're bouncing every single time whenever we touch this level. And yeah, so far we have not touched it yet here, but if we do touch it, this is of course going to be a very important level to be watching. Then of course the M2 global money supply is still rapidly increasing towards the upside. And yes, I mentioned this many times before here. I do think the Bitcoin top is coming particularly close here, about 5 to 6 weeks out there. But of course, so far it is not the time yet here for the Bitcoin top here. But of course, we're coming closer ever so slightly. But still, it is not the ultimate timing yet here. So Bitcoin is still creating a massive weekly symmetrical triangle. I still think we're going to see another breakout towards the upside. And the next breakout towards the upside is going to be the last move higher, is going to be the last fake out, because ultimately we are seeing some very interesting warning signals like this bearish divergence on that weekly time frame, right? So, and guys, before going even further, I also want to be mentioning that if you actually join the trading competition or sign up an account using that first link in today's video description, you will also get an additional 20% bonus on top of your deposit. So let's say you deposit $1,000, you get a free $200 to trade with. So if you're interested in trading and some extra free funds to trade with, check it out in the link description of today's video. It is definitely super valuable. Then yesterday, of course, we had this breakdown on Ethereum. Ethereum actually took a fairly big hit, in my opinion. And it is now breaking below this very important symmetrical triangle. And ultimately, what we're seeing right now here, and this is also a chart I discussed yesterday, we're still in this waiting room, in this bigger parallel channel consolidation phase here. So let's see how it is going to be, of course, ultimately breaking out there. But Bitcoin is still in the middle of this major consolidation phase here. So interesting to be seeing. Also on the weekly time frame, we can see Ethereum is still getting rejected by the all-time high here. And I don't think Ethereum is going to be topping out exactly at the previous all-time high, because the structure we're currently seeing is clearly not a distribution pattern, but an accumulation pattern. So I still think this is going to be running higher. I think it's going to be a matter of time here. You can see here the ETH dollar chart here on the weekly time frame. It is clearly retesting such a level, and it's going to be a matter of time before we're ultimately going to be breaking higher, right? So I'm very excited. You can just see it also over here. This is a major level of previous resistance. It's now getting flipped into support. And I don't think that this level where we're currently sitting at is a bad level to accumulate at all here. So we're in a very interesting zone here. I don't think it's a good time to be exiting the markets right now here. I think truly we're still waiting before the big breakout. And of course, this is just another shakeout to fool traders out there. But as long as we're holding this line here, it is going to be looking good. But as soon as we break it, you should start to get a little bit more worried. And of course, if you want to be staying up to date in real time, join the private Telegram group here. But anyways, guys, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did learn something from this video, subscribe to the channel, slap the like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.